Hello and welcome to a Brett Plays Flight and Review. And today we're taking up the MiG-21. This has just been released, so I'm going to jump onto it straight away to let you guys know whether to get it or not. So this comes from Golden Key Studios, or GKS. This is their updated or re-released from P3D, which they've actually had there before. Very well modelled. High level of detail. I'll read some of the main features. A high quality external and internal models using PBR technology, so physically based rendering. Realistic flight model based on a MiG-21Bis military training simulator. Accurate pylons, racks and stores, weights and drag. Realistic engine characteristics, authentic autopilot system, detailed landing gear structural model, and accurate drag chute dynamics. You can see the detail on it is actually pretty good. So this is not their first sim to have this in. So we'll give this a good look at. Now you can see inside, just amazing. And yes, you can click most of these things. Now I don't know all of the controls for this. I've not practiced it, but I have noticed that they've got a YouTube that talks about how to start up and how to do certain stuff, so I think I'll be visiting that myself. But we do have, all these are clickable, and yes, they do, well, most of them actually do something. I'm not going to change them at the moment. Ejection seat adjustment, okay, nozzle emergency, flaps off, flaps for takeoff, flaps landing. We can bring the canopy open, and you know what? We'll do that in a moment. We'll have more of a look around first. I want to show the outside as well while we sit here on the runway. Now we do have our comms built in, very good. Everything else is in Russian, which I do not read myself, but we'll have a play with this. Course select. It's going to take ages to learn this, but I want to show you guys at least what you're going to get for the money. Front wheel brakes, lever, nav mode, descend, nav landing. Oh, I'm going to have to learn how to use that. Manual and automatic for, what was that? No idea. Gun and missile launch bombs release. Now there are no missiles in this. I am using the market version. Apparently they will come out with a missiles attachable, such as the F-16, the F-35, where if you buy them outside the marketplace. I bought this inside the store. PBT pilot static systems. Okay, cool. Look, it's nice to have the where you put your mouse over and it comes up with the information. If you speak Russian, or read it Russian, then you'll have less trouble reading what it actually says. So this will probably go really well for you. Now I do notice that these particular ones are not clickable. I think these are your fuses, although these are your transformers. Yep, and battery heating on off. I did notice there was pilot heat over here somewhere too. Anti-surge flaps in that cone. Where was it? Seat adjustment and nozzle. No, there was one of them had pilot heat. There we go. Helmet heat auto on and off. That's awesome. So the pilot gets heat. Now, love these ones. Want to nuke something? Nuke air ground explosion. Don't actually know if that does anything animated. Parachute deployment, that's probably good if we want to use it for stopping conventional weapons, combat bomb drop, nuke emergency detonation on off. I'm not sure why it says the word nuke in front of it. Not sure whether that means bomb or you can actually carry nukes on this. Someone can let me know in the comments. Now we will open up the canopy. And they put the stand there. That's pretty cool. Now when you go outside you will see it also and open again. There we go. And the person's got their arm out. So we do have a lady in this particular one. I am using the default livery. There are 12 liveries. This is the first one that comes with the plane, so I left it as that. There's a bunch of Czech, Romanian, can't remember what the others were, DDL I think it was called, and USSR liveries. So, well, while we're out here, look, a lot of detail on the heat blow there, on the detail here on the fuselage. Love the rivets, and not everything is super smooth because it actually shouldn't be, and it's probably quite well worn. We'll work out how to get those lights up once we get in the air, unless they're auto. Alright, can we get in behind and flight controls? Very nice. Actually, we will need to bring that canopy down, so I think it's just a click. There it is. So what I'll do is I'll take this for a quick run up the coast. Might even land at the Williamtown Military Air Force Base. There's that animation again. So that's actually an Asobo thing. When you go outside, you actually see the canopies come down. Did she just wave at me? I think she did. There's animations, so it goes down and then the hand goes up. Alright. And when it goes up, she puts her hand outside. Alright. Foot brake. Okay. So there's only the front wheel that locks. Alright, so that's the same button that I've got on my own controls. That is my hold the brake. And I notice that there's little to no throttle. No, my throttle's not working, so it does need remapping. So we put the park brake on. Actually, you know what? I'll leave this in the video. I'm going to show you this. So if you have trouble flying this, go into your inputs and check what you've set as your throttle. Now I have two different profiles. I'll go back to the one. This, you know what? We'll do it here. Search by input. So throttle. I'm actually using here the throttle 2 and 1 axis. It'll only use throttle 1, 0 to 100. I think that's what's needed for this. Otherwise, I would just use a normal throttle axis. It says number 1. So park brake off again. There we go. Yep, that's exactly what you have to do. So if you do buy this and you go, it won't go, change it to throttle axis 1, 0 to 100. Alright, we're going to punch this. Let's get out that view. Just give us side. My Xbox controller is now vibrating away vigorously on the desktop. Oh, that's actually fairly smooth. Gear up. It's not a sudden jerk up like you get in some planes. There's a little bit of sluggishness or weight to it, which is actually not too bad. So having a look around as we fly, we probably should actually back that off a fraction. I'm actually impressed. I don't know how to press all the buttons because I'm not an expert at this, but what do we have on the screen? It says something about beta version. So can we zoom in there? No, not that way. Oh wow, you do have lots of buttons to press. Alright, up there. So you can see, well, you know what, let's zoom in with the mouse. MiG-21Bis version 0.3, beta version, Aviasim. That's what I saw on the thing, so... Okay. Passing the Navy. Say hello to your Russian friends. As well as the Americans. Well, yeah, I do have the Navy pack sitting out here. Still got those lights on, we do. I have to work out how to get those off. I must admit, it's actually fairly stable. If I could get this to just sit level, I'd be happy. Autopilot on, auto level, and heading hold. Yes, it did. Okay, now I've used my own controls that I have mapped to do that. We're sitting at about 30 or 40% throttle. Not too much. Okay, so very good. Now, where's the landing lights? You know what? By the time I find landing lights, heat, dimmable, black box, pylons, autopilot, master on off. Wait, what's this one down here? Camera gun sight. Oh, can we turn that on and off? Oh, we can too. Okay, so what's this one? Camera sight. Okay, we've got more information up there. And, okay, we've got even more information, I think. Very good. I'm not going to be able to find the nav lights. These are fuel pumps. Weapon pylon, heat. I think we're just going to have to stay with Mayday signal. Well, don't want to bump that one, do you? Not sure. Not sure where to find the lights thing. Someone can put just a note in the description, put a comment down going, it's up there on the left side or right side. Now I saw the other lights, but what I'll have to do is go through everything and try and work out where my landing lights are. Wait, where's the landing gear lever? There it is. Landing gear lever. Is there a... Oh, look at that. Okay, turned them off. We do need to get going because we're nose up at the moment. I did push the throttle a little. Where are we passing? Is this Central Coast? Barnes Beach? No, Northern Beaches. Alright, so can we control this with a nav change? No, we cannot. Only heading hold. Is that right? Probably because I need to set up for that. So let's give this a push and see what we can do. Now it says it can do cruise at Mach 1.2 and maximum speed is Mach 2 for the MiG-21. Let's see if we can get it over and get a sonic boom like a lot of other jets in the Flightsim at the moment. I'll just change my direction. If you have questions on this, let me know. I will also link the YouTube channel from the creator because they do have... Oh, didn't like that. It's me trying to just ease it over. Alright, where's our speed? I'll just level off here. Autopilot on or off? Alright, pushing the throttle back down again. Let's see what we can get. Alright, is that my speed or... Is that afterburner going on? does look good. I'm actually impressed with this because it's not like throwing me all over the place with instant performance or like some of them where you can just throw it around like a toy. This one actually does feel like it's got a lot more weight to it and a lot more well, kind of like you get in DCS where it's nice to fly flat out, but it feels a little more unstable with controls, which I think is more to do with the MiG ability to point and shoot, basically. Not sure if I'm explaining myself right there. It's not the best handling plane, but it certainly had power to go. Do need to work out how to bring those lights in. I would imagine they would retract. Yeah. I can turn them off. How do you get them to come in? It looks like the pilot does have their mask on now. That must be automatic. Very good. Well animated. Is it worth the $59.99 Australian I paid for it? It's the same price as the Concorde. Does it have all the you know what? It's got all the buttons for it. And I guess if I did know what I was doing, yeah, it probably is. I would turn it down the next one. Do two switches and it goes up. There we go. Just in time for landing up here. Don't know if I'm doing more than Mark 1. It certainly hasn't. Is that knots? Kilometers times 100 kilometers, 900 kilometers. Well, 900 kilometers would be less than Mark 1. That would make sense. I don't have my outside HUD on to tell if I'm going faster than that. It may also be my altitude. It's pretty good. I may revisit this again. I am going flat out. Now, there was a little boost there in between flat out and back off a fraction. Alright, we will need to descend, so autopilot off. So point my 027, is that how much fuel I have remaining? 26 kilometres? That kind of suck. It was up that much just going between Sydney and Newcastle. Okay. There is an airport down there somewhere. This is my first flight. This is my first impression as well. So I'm sure I will find as I use it more what to do with stuff on this. So far I think it's actually very well detailed. You know what? We'll bleed some speed off. And handling. Yeah, there's none of this instant. Okay, there you go. I'm sure I could stall it by throwing it around a lot. Guess if I were dodging missiles or SAMs or the likes, yeah, okay. Stutter there. Just because I was getting in close to the airport. I haven't given a full detail for everything. I do understand that. I can't even see the runway at this this light, but you know what? Let's just see what the animated gear looks like. Very good. I can hear some flaps going down as well. We might get behind to work out where this runway is. I think I'm down fairly slow. Now I have to use that parachute. Oh, that's frozen. Oops, I went up and down. I'd say that's a Sobo. Not, that's probably loading something in on the airport. Now, which one's the parachute? That one. Second one over. Or you might be able to hit reverses like you do on some files. Take another level of flaps. Thanks. I'm short. Oh no. Alright, don't try doing the outside stuff because you're not going to be able to. Alright. Okay, well I ruined the landing there. Hopefully you guys can do better than me. That's reverses. So that hasn't done it. I tried to do an outside shot and that was not cool. Parachute. Forward and backwards. Okay. Parachute didn't actually deploy. I don't know whether you need to arm it first or not. Parachute deployment. Yeah, it didn't. They don't seem to do anything either. See if they don't blow something up. Look, as I learn how to use this more, seems to be that when I put it in reverses, it goes forward again. But the MiG-21, my first impression, my first flight, I may actually go and play around with it some more to get some more experience in it and show you what else is involved. It looks like auto brakes there. Yeah, it is. Okay. Very impressed. You know what I didn't do? After all that, working out where they were to put them up. Alright. The MiG-21, hopefully this just gives you a bit of an insight of what it is like, how much detail it is, and is it worth the, what is it, $39.99 US or $59.95 Australian, which is what I paid. Will I use it again? Yeah. Is it worth buying it? If you're into military aircraft and you want something with some detail and a few more buttons to click, and you've potentially used say the MiG-21 in DCS, you probably enjoy this. I'd say you probably will definitely enjoy it. Any deficiencies, you can actually work out what it is, but good for practice. That's my brakes. Now, do I have left and right brakes? Yep, I have right brake. Okay, let's park in near the Spitfire. Both brakes. Park brake. System shutdown. Canopy open. Thank you. So the what is it? The GKS MiG-21, 12 liveries, lots of buttons to press, a lot of information, a lot of detail. Very good textures. I'm sure there'll be a whole bunch more liveries coming out soon as well. I think it's actually a very good plane. I did have my air brakes on there still. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed that. Keep an eye on my channel. I'm going to do a few more flights in these. The more I learn, I may even put some short videos out of flying this and or stream it. So keep an eye on my channel. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.